Hello, this is PG. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Hammerwatch 2. It's on PC and all major consoles. Hammerwatch 2 is an action role-playing game developed by Crackshell. Okay, gameplay. Well, it's hack and slash adventuring at its core. Think Diablo 4, but with cutesy pixel graphics and no local co-op. But more on that later. You'll be exploring an open world, taking on a variety of fairly tedious fetch quests, hacking your way through ill-balanced enemies, and then spending all your gold on new gear. The world is broken down into regions connected by fast travel points like seafaring vessels. The world itself, I would say, looks very nice, but again, it's the endless side quest feeling that left me completely underwhelmed. You'll have multiple quests, most of which you'll forget instantly, or complete and then have no idea where you actually need to go to get the reward. It's poorly thought through, and it makes even the most basic missions quite a drag. Now, the core narrative, I'd say, is paper thin, and it's a game that is only really held together by the hack and slash gameplay, as the overarching narrative will leave you feeling cold. Within the game world, you can find towns. Here you can trade, you can craft, you can also level up your character, so you can allocate stars that will improve a specific move that you allocate to your character, or you get points. The points are upgrading your core stats that are constant. But when you die, and you're going to die, you've got to pay gold to respawn at a certain location. Now, who's this gold going to? I have no idea, but you've got to spend a lot of gold, and it really does make the loot grind such a tedious waste of time, because you just spend most of your gold on respawning, and it's just such a waste of time. Playing the game solo, I would say, is incredibly drawn out and tedious, and this brings me to one of the most disappointing aspects of Hammerwatch 2. For some unknown reason, the developers decided to not include local co-op in this game. Now, this is without doubt a terrible decision. Terrible decision. It's the kind of thing you would expect from AAA developers, but not an indie one. It basically means if you want to play with a friend or your kids, unlucky son, go buy another PC or a console and another copy of the game, and then get them to move to another house, then you can play with them. Great! How user friendly. Oh dear, what on earth are they, why? I mean, Diablo 4 of all games has got local co-op, imagine that, and this doesn't. What is that about? In terms of other issues, the game, it did corrupt my save file a couple of times, which really made quite a tedious repeating of the early stages. My goodness, that was dull. I'd also say the controller optimization is not great either on the whole, and I just think it lacks the charm of the first Hammerwatch, and ultimately it's just pretty poor. But visually, in terms of the graphics, I have to say the game looks gorgeous. The towns are amazing, the lush environments, the dungeons, it really has this wonderful style. It's like the previous games but on a bigger, better scale in terms of graphics, but I would say that the interface and the menus weren't very good, poorly designed, muddled, a bit of a mess. Sound, I'd say that is quite good as well, nice ambience. I like the music, it's all very well suited, so like presentation barring the menus is quite good. Okay, verdict. Hammerwatch 2 is a game with huge potential, but sadly that potential was wasted by some bizarre development decisions. Yes, it looks lovely, and it's got great audio, but it's such a long, drawn-out adventure that I would challenge anyone not to get bored within a few hours. It's like they took Hammerwatch 1 and removed any of the good bits that made it so compelling. And I really just don't understand it, because the core fans they didn't want this. They didn't want a snooze fest and no local co-op. Did they? No. Very disappointing stuff. Can it be saved with updates? I mean, they could add local co-op. That would be a fucking start, wouldn't it? Yeah, try that. But I think you can't change the structure of the game. The game is fucking long and drawn out. And I mean, I played it for about 10-15 hours and I just gave up. I got bored. Normally I play games all the way through for a review, but this one, if I had a friend to be bored with, then I probably would have carried on boring myself and my friend. But my friend's probably delighted that we didn't have to play this, because fucking boring, thank you. Scoring, Hammerwatch 2, I was going to give it 6, but I don't know. Is 5 too low? I'd probably give it 5.5 out of 10. That's the review. Thanks for watching. Cheers.